Hey folks, if you're like me and about 50 billion other people, the first thing you want to do with your CR10 is to put a e3D V6 hot end on it. This enables you to print faster, print with higher temperature materials, and print with higher quality. It's a very nice solid unit. One of the problems with it is there are no hot end holders on the market that are up to the task of holding onto a hot end that's capable of melting aluminum. So, almost. That being said, we have an cast aluminum hot end holder that we've created, developed with some very talented people. It has ancillary parts that bolt onto it, so you can have BL Touch, you can have a Easy Able bed leveler systems on it. There's a couple other bed leveler systems it supports. I'm not sure which ones yet. We'll get the information on that before I say what that is, but we're going to get right into it. I've got just a few minutes here. I can show you how these things go on. They go on real fast and easy. I've already had this on this machine, on the CR10 5S, and I've just kind of pulled it off and put the stock one on so you can gauge how much time and what you need to do to install your hot end properly, your hot end holder. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. We'll want to remove the cover from the stock CR10 cross car or X car or X carriage, whatever you want to call it. It's simply two screws, 3mm by 6mm screws. Set that aside. You will not be using these screws again. Don't get them mixed up with the new kit. I cut these wires earlier. There's no polarity on them, so you don't have to worry about marking them. You do want your hot end turned off. You will short them out if you try to clip them both at once. You will probably mess something up in your control box. So just want to hold on to this, pull it out. All of the instructions on how to remove your Bowden tube is available other places on the web. I will not bore you with that. So we're going to go directly to installing this. This is the only tool you'll need right here. This is how you'll receive your aluminum hot end. All the screws will be in the package along with a little sticker. Just remove that. Just dump that on your build plate. And handy little sticker. Okay, you'll find the screws are already installed in the cap. If you look closely at the cap, you'll see it's kind of a football shape. When you tighten this back up, you'll have two little gaps on both sides of this, so be careful not to try to over tighten it. And as you're drawing it up, you'll have you'll want to keep these spaces equal as you're going, so you don't cock it and wedge it. Get those out of there. Okay, you see there's a little hook built into the back of this that hooks over the top of this part, and you'll know you've got it straight. It goes to the far right side of the cross car, and you'll see it's secure. That's what fastens the top. And then the two 6mm M3 by 6 screws in the bottom. Make sure those aren't cross threaded. That goes in nice and easy. Leave that loose until you start your other screw. This will help with alignment. It goes in there nice. Okay, and there's a little bit of slack in there. You'll want to just take a second before you snug it down and get down on one knee and eyeball it, or wherever it is on your table. Just take a look. If you want to put a level on it, knowing that your table that it's mounted on is level, that's fine. And you just want to snug those down. Okay, Next, you're installing your e3D V6. I've got mine pre-wired. It was easier for me to plug in my Bowden tube, do all my soldering, all my wiring beforehand. So everything's ready to go. I installed my fan to my fang. This is a Thingiverse fang. And we'll want to pay attention to a couple things. You'll want the tip furthest most toward the front. I'm referring to the front as where the fan is, and of course the fan is going to be blowing everything back this way. So as you put it on, just make sure you're clearing the wires. That clips in like so, and it'll go in a little bit snug. That's good. That's a good sign. That means it's going to heat sink. So I'm positioning it so that the sides of the heat block are parallel. Back is parallel to the X beam on it. Next, we're going to put the cap on. There is a top and a bottom. I don't know how much it matters. When these were cast, the casting was poured in through the right side here. So you'll see a little spot where the flash was ground away on the right. That'll be on your right side. Install it. Just kind of push the cap on there and keeps everything together. Make sure your screws are going in straight and they're not hooked on your wiring harness. And we're going to go in a little at a time. Little on the right, little on the left. And you are not tightening a lug nut on a Mack dump truck. So this is not one of those, let's see how tight we can get it. Going to be a little delicate. You are going into aluminum. They are very deeply threaded, so you won't really have a problem with stripping. It's just that there's just no need to put them too tight. It'd be a disaster if you snapped a screw off in there, because good luck getting it out. Okay, this one, I don't know if you can see this. The gap was a little more here than there as I was tightening. I'm going to just loosen this a little bit, relieve that, pull this side in. You want that gap to be equal. There we go. Right there. We're done. Put your ancillaries on, your fan, your BL touch, your easy enabler. Sorry, Tim. And our screw. You'll see your, I believe these are 10mm M310s. This is the best way to put it in. Right in here. Line it up with your hole. And we've got one more adjustment check on here. There's a little tab on top for a wire tie. When you're all done, you can put a wire tie in there and keep it out of the fan. The fan opening is on the inside of this, and it keeps your wires from getting snagged in your fan. So we're going to take a straight edge, just check it across the bottom. You don't want your fang to drag. I would keep it about even with the bottom of the insulation on the heat block. You just loosen that up again. A little bit more. It's about level, and we're going to bring that down. Wiggle it up a little bit. There, we're not going to run into it with our print. That should do it. Just go back and check it one more time. A little low, but I think we've got enough clearance. The tip hangs down about, well, maybe 3.5 mm from that. I think we're good. You want that as low as possible. You're not cooling the heater block or the tip off. Okay, that's it. You're done. Make sure you put this in an appropriate spot. Keep your instruction sheets handy. If you have any questions on it, we're real. Your instructions are here. Very simple, straightforward. At the bottom, you have 2 email addresses. Orders at, technical at. If you email technical at, you're going to be talking to me. Once again, thank you for letting us come into your home. We're available on the web. If you'd like to check us out on the web, look at some of the other things we have. We are updating it on a daily basis. Please visit our website, 3dprinttoform.com, and please bookmark us. Come back, if you're watching this on YouTube, please come back to YouTube and watch the rest of our videos. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm David Aschenbrenner, and my company is 3dprinttoform.com. Thank you.